Everybody, I'm out again. It is absolutely hoodie weather. Have my hoodie on. Definitely hoodie weather today. So I decided to take a different route this morning. I'm trying to do these 30-minute walks every morning. So yeah, cars are just going by. I just had to record these for the memories. Colorado Springs this time of year. Back in the day, when I say back in the day, I say 80s and 90s, early 2000s. There'd be quite a bit of snow on the ground by now. And the other day we had snow, whatever that was. It was, look at my hair, y'all. It's great. It's just the way it's getting where I want it. But anyway, I digress. But we had a little bit of snow, which we call a dusting. So that was okay. If you had snow, dust a little bit. I have to watch because I'm crossing several streets. Like, we have lots of streets through here. But anyway, it is New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2025. I've had some pretty cool events that happened on the 31st, and those are all in the past. And it's all good. I should say, it's all in the past and it's all good. But yeah, I am getting ready to try some. I know I used to walk through these streets. I used to walk through here during COVID. And when I walked through for COVID, people would be in their house and they would be looking at me walking. I would be trash. My trash day is Friday, but normally it's Thursday, but because it's the holiday, it's Friday. But anyway, people would be sitting out in their windows looking at me, and I would be the only one out there. And I don't know. I liked it like that. Just me out taking a stroll. Can we imagine that? Can y'all think about that? That was a time we were scared. Well, I don't know if I would say I was scared. Sorry, y'all. During COVID, I think I was more concerned than I was scared. Yeah, there's so many people out on motorbikes and everything like that, but whatever. Anyway, I have my car for the week, but I have yet to drive it. Granddaughter's up in Denver with her dad, so she didn't need my phone. I'm sorry, she didn't need my car. That's what I've been noticing a lot since the stroke. My speech is pretty off sometimes. Like I will be talking and I will be creating a sentence, but what I wanted to say doesn't come out for what I wanted to say. I'm sorry, I'm just looking around. I'm living in one of those, I live in this neighborhood. I've been in this neighborhood, since 1992. And I do love it. However, it is considered one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Colorado Springs. And I think there has been some random violence, but a lot of it is, I don't know what the word for it is. It was more people knew each other, and or the situation was directed for a purpose, even though the purpose would be bad. But so it does make me a little kind of cautious walking. So I'm just, trying to enjoy this. I just want to remember this, you know. I want to remember beautiful walks. And I hope that I have the ability to have beautiful walks for a long time. I pray for love and kindness and independence and, you know, I always pray that I don't have to depend on anyone. So, yeah, it's, dang, I'm just looking at a house right there and there's a freaking hole in the window. So, when I get to the end of this block, I think it's time for me to kind of turn around and walk all the way back down to the end of the street that leads to a lot of traffic, but I won't cross over the traffic. But this has been a long time since I've walked this way. Wow. Okay, so back to, so I live in this neighborhood, right? So I could sell my house and move somewhere else. And my colleagues always suggested, why don't you? And I felt like there was some kind of, I don't know, not that they were condescending to me, but there was this indication that you live in the dumps or whatever. It's a nice neighborhood, y'all. I get my Amazon packages late at night and I get up the next morning and I stumble over them right there in my doorway. Sometimes I would get packages while I'm at work, and I'd get off work at about 3 something in the afternoon and get to work home about 4, a quarter to 4, whatever. And the delivery might have been made around 8 or 9 that morning, and they're still sitting there. And so far, so good. I have never had a package stolen. One time, I had a package that was delivered to the wrong house, and they showed a picture of the package across the street where my package was. And when I went over there, it wasn't on the porch, but I knew the lady who lived there hadn't lived there. I don't know, I really didn't know where she was. I'm beginning to think that she was assisted living. Sorry, I'm just looking at the mailman. Or with her family be taking care of her. But I'm almost sure she's not on this earth now because, or she could be, but her house is up for sale. She's more like my parents' age now. I'm mid-60s, so go figure. And she might have been older than my parents, but her house is up for sale. Nobody's been over there for about 1.5 years. I think she was there before I went in the hospital in 2024, but I definitely know when I got out of the hospital, she wasn't there anymore. Okay. See, I need to put on some lipstick because my mouth is so white. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and my mouth is still white. Oops. So, I'm too far away. I don't want to walk too far. I'm turning around. I just stumbled. And anybody who sees me when I walk with a slight limp. And so I'm on it's quiet, but it is a main thoroughway. Because this is the street I come in and go to work on. So, I'm going to get off of this one, go back into the more, well, when I turn this corner, this ain't residential. I turn the corner, still a main driveway. But you know, when I first moved here in 96, it wasn't nothing like this. Oh my gosh. We didn't have this many cars and stuff going through. Nothing. Our city got so many people in it now. Our streets that used to be pretty passable, where, you know, it was just like nothing to pull out of my street and go where I need to go. Now, I gotta sit there a while before I can pull out of the street and go somewhere. So many people. However, with that thought in mind, I've walked by up my street and stuff, because I live more toward the end of the street. I walked up the street not too long ago, and there are like 4 houses for sale. Okay. And then I think it's the crash of the housing market and the renters market, because I noticed, people are giving all these deals to move in. Places are kind of vacant. My question is, where do people go? But we already knew they were overbuilding. These builders don't care. What the builders do is they get their contracts, they build. They don't even care if they poorly built these places, if it's in bad condition, less than standard. They build, and then they get out of town. And one of the discussions my daughter and I would have is, why are they building all these houses? What we need for them is to build parks. They need to be doing parks, making some trails. This is Colorado, y'all. As long as they're not putting up liquor stores or gun stores in the area, I'm good. But some nice parks for the kids. There are none. Here, there are no, till we kind of get to lunch. That's when these folks are gonna be coming up in here, you know. But I like this mountainous, I love this. This type of stuff, this brown and all right now. But when you look at videos all throughout the South, because I'm a Southerner, haven't lived in the South since I was a child, but it reminds me of the South. And then there's things that happen here in Colorado. Hey, this ain't nothing like no South. But I like the street, walking down the sidewalk. Nothing much going on. I was trying to see if this is one of the streets. Oh, this is the street before something. This is a street close to home. Oh yeah, my sight ain't good. Still ain't that great. It's good enough for me to take a walk and get where I'm going. It's good enough to get in the car and drive to familiar places. Am I wrong? Nah, I'm not asked the question of, am I wrong? I am being so faithful. My sight, Lord have mercy, it came a long way, and I'm like, why do I have to stop it? You know what I'm saying? Why do I have to say this is it? What I need from the Lord is just give me clear sight. Like, I have it. It's not blur, but like I can't walk upon a street. I can't see a street till I get a little close. However, to be honest, that was happening prior to the stroke. So I know I've been healed. I'm not going to say I want to be healed. I want my healing to be refined, like, adjusted, adapted. That's it. Because everything about my eyeballs and all that, they look good. Even when they were talking about my optic nerve, I've been to the eye doctor, I'll say 2 from a specialist. I don't really know what that was, because that guy was rude. But he did say there was nothing wrong with my eyeballs. And then 1 was from where I get my glasses, before I go get my glasses. And but they did an in-depth look in my eyes, and I told y'all in early videos, they said that the stroke hit my optic nerve. Well, the last time I got my eyes checked, and it's one of those things where they went all up in there, she said the optic nerve looked good. Glory to God. Yeah. The guy I say he's a specialist. He said, your eyeball looks good. He never would talk about my optic. Never. He said, well, I can't. What'd he say? Well, I don't know. I got to see what you call the MRI. I got to see an MRI. I don't know what's going on. But he did say the eyeball looked good. And he was like, there's nothing else I can do for you. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. I'm not dependent on him. When I first got out of the hospital, I was dependent on doctors to make me well. And at some point I said, these appointments I'm getting are so far out, but God, please, let this happen before I go to the doctor, or let this happen before, because I really wanted more divine healing. There ain't nothing better than divine healing. I mean, absolutely nothing better. And so as I continue my walk through this life, divine healing. And that's, speaking of divine healing, please, YouTube family, I have a friend who has a family member who has a disease. The doctors are saying it's terminal. I said, who's to say? God is in the business of miracles. And the great thing about him and being in the business of miracles, he don't run out of them. I used to think, well, if he did this for me, then I'm not going to get, there's nothing left. That was it. That was my miracle for my life. Man, he's an abundant miracle worker. He got more than we'll ever imagine. It's just that sometimes we just never ask. And even sometimes when we ask, he has a different choice. And sometimes we don't know the right question to ask. And I'm always conscious about that answer no. I got something. You don't understand what it is. If I told you, you wouldn't consider it better. But I got some things that's going to open doors for you. I have purpose in your life. I get choked up because even that is scary and vulnerable. Hard to swallow, hard to take. It's hard to take. But I'm praying for her family member, and I pray miracles happen for that family, because God is in the miracle business. Well, I walked and talked enough. Gonna finish these last maybe 4 or 5 minutes of the walk, because it's almost 30 minutes, and head on back. Going uphill. I live in Colorado, y'all. I'm going uphill. Colorado, you're always walking up. You're always either walking up a sidewalk steeply, or you're always walking down the sidewalk. So I'm gonna walk to the end of the block, then I'm gonna walk down. I did good this morning. I didn't want to get up and walk. I never want to get up and walk, but I did. So, yeah, it's been nice doing my walking journal with you today. Hope to see you. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'm not saying I'm gonna do a journal walking every day, but, and if I repeat myself, hey, that's because I don't remember what I said before. Never do. But y'all take care. Bye.